Imagine a world sculpted by the relentless hand of cold. A continent where silence reigns and the landscape is painted in endless shades of white and blue. This is Antarctica, the southernmost frontier of our planet, a realm of extremes where the ordinary laws of nature are rewritten by ice and wind. Here the land stretches to the horizon, untouched and pristine, as if time itself has been frozen within the ancient glaciers. The sheer scale of this frozen wilderness is awe-inspiring, a testament to the raw power and beauty of the natural world. Colossal mountains of ice rise from the plateau, their jagged peaks sculpted by millennia of unyielding wind and sub-zero temperatures. These frozen giants are monuments to endurance, shaped by the harshest elements on Earth. The ice, compressed over countless centuries, glistens in the sunlight, refracting a spectrum of blues and whites that seem almost otherworldly. Each ridge and crevasse is a chapter in the continent's ancient story, written in the language of frost and snow. The air here is the purest on Earth, filtered by centuries of snowfall and untouched by pollution. It is so crisp and clean that it seems to shimmer, carrying a biting chill that invigorates the senses. The atmosphere is thin and dry, with humidity levels lower than the world's greatest deserts, and every gust of wind carries the scent of ancient ice. In this land of silence, sound takes on a new dimension. The groan of shifting glaciers, the sharp crackle of sea ice, and the whisper of wind across endless snowfields create a symphony of the frozen world. Each sound is magnified in the stillness, the distant thunder of ice breaking free, the soft hiss of snow drifting across the surface, the subtle creak of the continent as it slowly transforms beneath the weight of its own ice. Antarctica is the highest, driest, coldest and windiest continent on Earth. Its average elevation exceeds 2,000 meters, and its interior receives less precipitation than the Sahara Desert, making it the largest desert on the planet. Temperatures can plunge below -80 degrees Celsius, and Katabatic winds, cold, dense air flowing downhill, can reach speeds of over 300 kilometers per hour, sculpting the snow into intricate patterns and ridges. Beneath the surface, Antarctica's ice sheet is a time capsule, preserving the history of Earth's climate within its frozen layers. Some ice cores extracted from the continent are nearly 1 million years old, containing tiny bubbles of ancient air that reveal the secrets of past atmospheres. These frozen archives allow scientists to reconstruct the planet's climate history, offering vital clues about natural cycles and the impact of global change. Along the coast, vast ice shelves float atop the frigid Southern Ocean, their towering cliffs carving massive icebergs into the sea. These shelves act as buttresses, holding back the immense weight of the continental ice. When they fracture, the resulting icebergs can drift for years, slowly melting as they journey across the ocean, shaping marine currents and ecosystems far beyond the polar circle. The horizon here is infinite, a seamless union of ice and sky. The vastness is overwhelming, with no trees, no mountains of stone, only the undulating expanse of snow and ice stretching as far as the eye can see. This boundless plain is a study in simplicity and purity, a landscape stripped to its elemental core. During the polar summer, the sun circles the sky without ever setting, casting long, shifting shadows across the ice. The light transforms the landscape, painting it with hues of gold, pink and blue. In winter, darkness descends for months, and the Aurora australis dances across the heavens, illuminating the night with ethereal colours. To witness this landscape is to experience humility before nature's grandeur. Antarctica's scale and silence are a powerful reminder of the planet's wildest places, where the forces of geology, climate and time converge in a spectacle of frozen beauty. The stark beauty of Antarctica is unforgettable, a silent majesty that lingers in the imagination. It is a place of wonder and awe, where the spirit of the earth is revealed in its purest form. This is truly a land of ice and silence, a frozen frontier waiting to be explored by the mind and celebrated for its enduring mystery. To find Antarctica, you must journey to the very end of the Earth, where the globe tapers into a frozen expanse unlike any other. Here, at the planet's southernmost point, a vast white cap stretches across the horizon, concealing secrets beneath its ancient ice. The continent sits almost entirely within the Antarctic Circle, where the sun can linger above or vanish below the horizon for months at a time, creating endless days in summer and perpetual night in winter. Isolated by the tempestuous Southern Ocean, Antarctica is encircled by the world's most powerful ocean current, the Antarctic Circumpolar Current, forming a natural barrier that shields the continent from warmer waters. This relentless current locks Antarctica in a deep freeze, trapping cold air and sea ice and making it the coldest, driest and windiest continent on Earth. Antarctica is immense, larger than Europe and almost twice the size of Australia. Yet nearly all of it is buried beneath a permanent ice sheet that holds about 60% of the world's fresh water. Beneath this frozen surface lie hidden mountain ranges, vast subglacial lakes, and valleys untouched by sunlight for millions of years. Its high-altitude plateau makes Antarctica the highest continent on average, amplifying the cold and creating an environment where temperatures can plunge below -80 degrees Celsius. Here, at the bottom of the world, a polar giant endures, locked in ice, battered by relentless winds, and illuminated by the ethereal glow of the southern lights. Antarctica remains Earth's most remote and mysterious frontier, a testament to the planet's extremes. The cold in Antarctica is not merely a sensation, it is a fundamental force, sculpting the very identity of the continent. Here the air itself seems to crystallize, and the relentless icy winds carve the landscape into a masterpiece of frost and silence. Every rock, every flake of snow, and every molecule of water is governed by the continent's profound freeze. During the polar winter, Antarctica is plunged into months of unbroken darkness. Without sunlight, temperatures descend to astonishing lows, reaching -89 degrees Celsius, the coldest ever recorded on Earth. In this perpetual night, the cold is not just present, it is absolute, saturating every crevice and transforming the landscape into a realm of ice. The Antarctic ice sheet, a colossal expanse covering millions of square kilometers, acts as a mirror, reflecting the majority of the sun's energy back into space. This phenomenon, known as the albedo effect, ensures that the continent remains locked in a state of deep freeze, with warmth unable to gain a foothold. The science of freezing here is a delicate interplay of temperature, pressure and moisture. As temperatures plummet, water vapour in the air condenses directly into ice crystals, bypassing the liquid phase. These crystals accumulate layer upon layer, forming the vast glaciers and ice shelves that define the Antarctic landscape. The cold preserves these formations, creating a self-sustaining cycle. The ice cools the air, and the cold air maintains the ice. The high-altitude plateau intensifies this effect. With thinner air and lower atmospheric pressure, heat escapes rapidly into the upper atmosphere. The result is an environment where the cold is sharper, the ice thicker, and the landscape more extreme than anywhere else on the planet. Katabatic winds, dense, frigid air masses descending from the interior, sweep across the continent with relentless force. These winds can reach hurricane speeds, driving snow and ice across the surface, sculpting ridges and valleys, and amplifying the already punishing cold. Blizzards can persist for days, further entrenching the continent in its icy grip. Encircling the continent, the Antarctic Circumpolar Current acts as a liquid fortress. This powerful ocean current isolates Antarctica, preventing warmer waters from reaching its shores. The result is a climate system in which the cold is both preserved and intensified, reinforcing the continent's frozen state. The impact of these forces is profound. The landscape is a vast, unbroken expanse of ice and snow, punctuated by jagged formations and towering glaciers. The ground beneath is locked away, hidden under kilometres of ancient ice, preserved for millennia by the unyielding cold. Here, ice is not just a feature, it is the architect of the land. Over time, glaciers flow and shift, carving valleys and shaping mountains. The freeze-thaw cycles create intricate patterns and formations, a testament to the power and artistry of the cold. In this kingdom of ice, the environment is both breathtaking and formidable. The Great Southern Freeze is a symphony of science and nature, where the cold reigns supreme and the landscape is forever shaped by the relentless embrace of ice. In the heart of Antarctica, the penguin parades begin, a mesmerizing procession of black and white figures gliding across the frozen expanse, each step a testament to their remarkable adaptation. Beneath the ice, penguins transform into agile torpedoes, darting through frigid waters with effortless grace. Their dense, waterproof feathers trap warmth, forming a perfect barrier against the biting cold. On land, Adelie penguins gather in bustling colonies, their calls echoing across the ice. Stones are carefully chosen and placed, each nest a fortress against the wind, each colony a vibrant hub of activity. Emperor penguins, masters of endurance, brave the Antarctic winter. Males cradle precious eggs on their feet, forming tight huddles to share warmth and shield their young from relentless blizzards. Through howling winds and endless nights, these guardians rely on thick layers of fat and feathers, their bodies engineered for survival. Chicks nestle beneath protective adults, safe from the icy world outside. When the sun returns, so do the females, guided by unique calls that cut through the crowd. Parenting is a seamless relay, each partner taking turns to nurture and protect the next generation. In the harshest conditions, unity is survival. Penguins huddle close, sharing warmth and strength, their collective spirit a shield against the elements. The penguin parade is a spectacle of determination. Hundreds marching in unison, braving snow and wind, each stride a dance of resilience. Their synchronized movements help conserve energy and protect against the cold. Sometimes the parade turns playful. Penguins slide on their bellies, using strong claws and webbed feet to steer across the ice, conserving energy and adding a touch of joy to their journey. Each chick that emerges is a triumph of adaptation and cooperation. Penguins are not just survivors. They are vital engineers of the Antarctic ecosystem, cycling nutrients and supporting life in this frozen frontier. The penguin parades are more than a spectacle. They are a living story of resilience, adaptation, and the enduring spirit of life at the edge of the world. Along the frozen coasts and beneath the icy waves, Antarctica is ruled by giants, seals and whales, each a marvel of adaptation and survival. In this remote wilderness, they are the true monarchs of the deep and shore, perfectly attuned to the harshest environment on Earth. Weddell seals, wrapped in thick blubber and dense fur, endure temperatures that would freeze most life. They carve and maintain breathing holes through solid ice, allowing them to hunt beneath the frozen surface and survive the endless polar night. Their haunting calls echo through the underwater world, a testament to their resilience. The leopard seal, sleek and formidable, is a solitary hunter. With powerful jaws and streamlined bodies, they patrol the ice edges, preying on fish, krill, and even the unwary penguin. Their agility in water and cunning on ice make them one of Antarctica's most efficient predators. Beneath the surface, the ocean teems with krill, tiny crustaceans that form the foundation of the Antarctic food web. This abundance draws the planet's true giants, humpback, fin, minke and blue whales, each arriving to feast in these nutrient-rich waters. In the brief Antarctic summer, whales migrate thousands of miles to these frigid seas. Here they display breathtaking power and grace, breaching, diving and feeding in a spectacle that stirs the soul. Their songs resonate for miles, weaving a symphony beneath the ice. The blue whale, largest creature ever to exist, glides through these waters with majestic ease. Sustained by countless krill, it is a living bridge between the smallest and the greatest, a symbol of nature's grandeur and interconnectedness. From seals basking on ice floes to whales gliding in the deep, these giants are vital to the Antarctic ecosystem. They shape the food web, recycle nutrients, and maintain the delicate balance of life in this frozen realm. In this land of extremes, the mightiest are sustained by the smallest. Here, every life is woven into a tapestry of survival, and the giants of the deep and shore reign supreme in the heart of the frozen frontier. Antarctica stands as the ultimate test of survival, a realm where the environment itself is both breathtaking and unforgiving. Here, temperatures plummet to unimaginable lows, and hurricane-force winds sweep ceaselessly across the vast white expanse. The landscape is a masterpiece of ice and snow, sculpted by relentless storms and shifting light, where silence is broken only by the howl of the wind and the distant crack of shifting glaciers. In this extreme environment, every element conspires to challenge life. The cold is absolute, seeping into every crevice, freezing even the hardiest forms of life. Blizzards can descend without warning, reducing visibility to nothing and transforming the landscape into a maze of shifting snow and hidden dangers. Yet even in this frozen wilderness, life endures. Emperor penguins gather in tight huddles, braving the cold as they protect their young from the biting wind. Weddell seals carve out breathing holes in the ice, their bodies adapted to survive both the frigid air and the icy depths below. The food web here is delicate and unique. Birds like skuas and snow petrels ride the wind, searching for food in a landscape of scarcity. Beneath the ice, krill and fish thrive in the cold, supporting a web of life that is both fragile and resilient. The rhythm of life is dictated by the extremes of light and darkness. Months of unending night bring a deep blue twilight, while the summer sun circles the sky without setting, casting a surreal glow over the ice. These cycles test the limits of adaptation, shaping every living thing that calls this place home. Even the smallest forms of life have found ways to survive. Hardy lichens and mosses cling to rocks, enduring months of darkness and freezing temperatures. Microscopic organisms thrive in the ice, their existence a testament to the power of adaptation in the harshest of environments. Survival here is a constant struggle against the elements. The environment is both a barrier and a sanctuary, preserving a world that remains largely untouched by time. Every day is a battle for warmth, shelter and sustenance, a testament to the resilience of life in the coldest place on Earth. Wildlife interactions are shaped by the need to survive. Predators like leopard seals and orcas patrol the icy waters, while birds nest in the brief window of summer, racing against time to raise their young before the cold returns. The challenges of survival are relentless. Whiteouts can erase all sense of direction, and the cold can freeze exposed skin in moments. Only the most adaptable and resilient creatures can endure the constant threat of the elements. Antarctica is a land of extremes, where the environment shapes every aspect of existence. It is a place of profound beauty and constant challenge, a frozen frontier where life, against all odds, finds a way to endure. Antarctica's ice is a priceless archive of Earth's climate history. Layer upon layer, year after year, snow falls and compacts, building a frozen chronicle that stretches back nearly 1 million years. Each year's snowfall traps air bubbles, preserving tiny samples of ancient atmospheres. These bubbles are time capsules, holding the secrets of the air our planet once breathed. Deep within the ice, some layers are hundreds of thousands of years old. The oldest ice cores reveal a world shaped by shifting climates, volcanic eruptions, and distant cosmic events. By analyzing the trapped gases and particles, scientists reconstruct past temperatures, greenhouse gas levels, and even the frequency of ancient storms. The ice records dramatic swings between ice ages and warm periods. These frozen layers reveal a clear link between carbon dioxide and global temperatures, showing that today's levels are unlike anything seen in nearly 1 million years. The ancient ice is a planetary warning system, its message growing more urgent as the world warms and glaciers retreat. In the silence of Antarctica, the ice whispers stories of Earth's past, reminding us that understanding this frozen archive is vital for our future. Antarctica is a realm defined by extremes, where only 2 seasons reign, an unbroken stretch of radiant light and a profound enveloping darkness. When summer arrives, the sun refuses to set for months on end. The relentless daylight melts sea ice, unlocking the ocean's bounty. Phytoplankton bloom in the sunlit waters, fueling an explosion of krill, the foundation of the Antarctic food web. Life surges, penguins, seals and seabirds gather in great numbers, drawn by the brief abundance. The coastline teems with vast colonies of penguins and nesting seabirds. Chicks hatch and grow rapidly, racing against time to take advantage of the fleeting warmth and plentiful food. For a few short months, the continent is alive with sound and movement. But as the sun dips below the horizon in March, the transformation is swift and dramatic. The endless day gives way to endless night, and the temperature plummets. The sea begins to freeze, doubling the continent's size as ice spreads far into the ocean. Most animals retreat northward, escaping the encroaching cold and darkness. Only the most resilient remain. Emperor penguins huddle together for warmth, enduring the harshest conditions on Earth. Weddell seals linger beneath the ice, sustained by their remarkable adaptations. These survivors face months of darkness, fierce winds, and temperatures that can plunge below -60 degrees Celsius. The land falls silent, cloaked in solitude and starlight. The only movement is the slow drift of ice and the faint glow of the Aurora australis. This relentless cycle of light and darkness, abundance and scarcity, shapes every life and every moment. Each species is finely tuned to the rhythm, timing, migrations, breeding and survival to the pulse of the seasons. In this world of polar opposites, survival is a matter of adaptation and timing. Every creature, from the smallest krill to the mightiest seal, is shaped by the land's dramatic transformations. The cycle of light and dark is the heartbeat of Antarctica, a frozen frontier where the landscape and its inhabitants are forever transformed by the power of the seasons. As the polar night descends, the sky above Antarctica comes alive with shimmering curtains of green and purple. Here, in the heart of the frozen continent, the Aurora australis, known as the Southern Lights, unfurls across the heavens in a silent, mesmerizing ballet. These ethereal lights are born from a cosmic dance. Charged particles from the sun hurtle across space, colliding with Earth's magnetic field. As they spiral down toward the poles, they interact with the atmosphere, igniting waves of colour that ripple and flow across the endless ice. The result is a spectacle of light, emerald greens, deep violets and flashes of crimson, dancing in perfect silence. No human footsteps disturb this wonder. Only the wind and the stars bear witness to nature's most breathtaking light show. In the long, unbroken darkness of the polar night, the aurora's dance is more than a visual marvel. It is a reminder of the universe's power and mystery, a fleeting connection between our world and the sun's distant fire. In the heart of Antarctica, silent sculptors drift through frigid waters, towering icebergs born from ancient glaciers, their journey shaped by the slow passage of time. Carved by relentless winds and the ceaseless rhythm of waves, these icy giants transform into fantastical shapes, arches, spires and sweeping curves, each a masterpiece of nature's artistry. Within their frozen walls, layers and textures reveal the story of their creation. Snowfall, compacted over centuries, compressed into crystal blue ice, fractured and reformed by the forces of the earth. Their blue and white forms shimmer in the polar light, ever-changing, drifting in silence across the endless expanse, untouched and pure. Here the only artists are the elements themselves, wind, water and cold, sculpting a frozen gallery that stands in serene cinematic beauty. Beneath the frozen surface, a hidden world awakens. Microscopic life thrives in secret lakes and briny channels, forming the foundation of an unseen ecosystem. These resilient organisms adapt to darkness and cold, surviving in ways that defy imagination. Their world is invisible, yet it holds the secrets of life in extreme conditions. These microcosms beneath the ice are a testament to the wonders of life, thriving in the most unlikely of places. Katabatic winds, cold, dense air masses, plunge from the heights of the polar plateau, unleashed with unstoppable force. They roar across the frozen expanse, sculpting the snow into sweeping waves and razor-sharp ridges, etching their signature into the land. With every storm, the landscape is transformed. Snow dunes shift, ridges rise and fall, and the ice is carved anew by the relentless breath of the wind. These mighty winds are the architects of Antarctica's surface, shaping its climate and forging a world of stark, ever-changing beauty. Antarctica remains Earth's final frontier, an immense frozen expanse untouched by the hand of humanity. Here, nature reigns with absolute authority. Silence stretches endlessly, broken only by the whisper of wind across ancient snow. In this vast wilderness, the absence of humanity allows the land to exist as it has for millennia, untamed, unspoiled and eternal. Antarctica's pristine beauty is breathtaking. Towering glaciers, endless fields of ice and mountains sculpted by time. Beneath the ice, unique ecosystems thrive, strange and resilient life forms adapted to the harshest conditions on Earth. This untouched wilderness is not just a relic of the past, but a vital guardian of our planet's future. Its ice shields the world's climate, its waters drive ocean currents, and its silence reminds us of the power and fragility of nature. Antarctica stands as a living memory of what the world once was, and a vision of what it could be again if we choose to protect it. Antarctica stands as a testament to the enduring power and beauty of the natural world. Its fate is inseparable from the health of the entire planet, serving as a silent guardian at the bottom of the Earth. The immense ice sheet cools the Earth, reflecting sunlight and driving ocean currents that shape weather patterns across continents. Its frozen expanse is a vital regulator of global climate, influencing the balance of life everywhere. Yet this ancient land is undergoing profound change. Glaciers retreat, ice shelves fracture, and rising seas signal the urgency of protecting this irreplaceable environment. The Antarctic Treaty stands as a beacon of peace and scientific discovery, ensuring that this continent remains a sanctuary for knowledge and collaboration. Preserving Antarctica is a shared global responsibility. Its stability is essential for the climate, for the oceans, and for the future of all life on Earth. Antarctica is a realm of wildness and wonder, home to extraordinary creatures and breathtaking landscapes. It inspires awe and reminds us of the rare beauty that must be protected for generations yet to come. The ice and winds of this frozen frontier carry urgent messages, reminders of the delicate balance that sustains the planet. By safeguarding Antarctica, the world preserves a legacy of hope, resilience, and wonder. Protecting this frozen heritage is an act of stewardship for the planet's future, ensuring that its marvels endure for all time. Gap 2S. Beneath Antarctica's ice shelves lies a realm of mystery and wonder, an underwater world teeming with life and secrets yet to be fully uncovered. This hidden sanctuary is a labyrinth of ice caves, tunnels, and vast, dark expanses, where the boundary between ice and ocean blurs into an otherworldly landscape. Gap 2S. Here, the water is frigid, and sunlight barely penetrates, creating an environment that challenges life in every conceivable way. Yet, life thrives. Unique marine species adapted to these extreme conditions flourish in this icy abyss. From ethereal ice fish with their transparent blood to the resilient Antarctic krill, each organism tells a story of extraordinary adaptation and survival. Gap 3S. The seafloor is a mosaic of vibrant ecosystems, home to fields of sea sponges, anemones and starfish which cling to the rocky substrate. These benthic communities support a delicate balance of predators and prey, revealing complex food webs that are just beginning to be understood. Gap 2S. Scientists have only recently begun to explore these submerged habitats, employing advanced submersibles and remotely operated vehicles to peer into the depths. Their discoveries are groundbreaking. Unseen by human eyes for millennia, new species are being catalogued, and ancient geological formations are being mapped, shedding light on the Earth's history and the processes that shape our planet. Gap 2S. The ice shelves themselves are dynamic, with immense walls of ice plunging into the ocean, creating underwater cliffs and caverns. These structures are not just static features, they are active and alive, influencing ocean currents and providing a unique environment for marine life. The interplay between ice and water here is a dance of natural forces, a testament to the planet's ever-changing nature. Gap 3S. This hidden world is also a crucial indicator of global climate health. Changes in water temperature and ice dynamics in these regions serve as early warning signals for broader environmental shifts. As scientists monitor these underwater ecosystems, they gather vital data that help predict future climate scenarios and their potential impacts on a global scale. Gap 2S. The hidden underwater world beneath Antarctica's ice shelves is a frontier of discovery, a place where the boundaries of knowledge are continually pushed. It is a reminder of the vast unknowns that still exist on our planet and the importance of continued exploration and conservation. Gap 2S. As we strive to protect the surface of Antarctica, we must also turn our attention to these submerged realms. Preserving these underwater ecosystems is essential, not only for the unique life forms they harbour, but also for the invaluable scientific insights they provide. In the silent, cold depths beneath the ice, there lies a world of wonder waiting to be explored, understood and cherished. Gap 2S. The future of this hidden underwater world is intertwined with our own. By safeguarding it, we ensure that the mysteries of Antarctica's depths continue to inspire and inform us, revealing the intricate tapestry of life that thrives even in the most inhospitable corners of our planet. Gap 2S. In the end, the hidden underwater world beneath Antarctica's ice shelves stands as a testament to the resilience of life and the unending quest for knowledge. It is a reminder that even in the most remote and extreme environments, nature's ingenuity and beauty prevail, calling us to protect and preserve these wonders for future generations. Gap 2S. As we look to the future, let us remember that the secrets of the deep hold the keys to understanding our planet's past, present and future. The hidden underwater world beneath Antarctica's ice shelves is a treasure trove of discovery, a place where science and wonder converge, illuminating the path forward for humanity and the natural world. Gap 3. S. Join us in this journey of exploration and preservation as we continue to uncover the secrets of Antarctica's hidden underwater world, ensuring that its marvels endure for all time. Gap 2S. In the heart of Antarctica, where silence reigns supreme, the ice itself becomes the orchestra, performing an endless symphony beneath the frozen sky. This is a land where movement is measured in centuries, yet every moment is alive with sound if you listen closely enough. Gap 2S. Across the vast white expanse, enormous glaciers inch forward, their ancient ice groaning and cracking under immense pressure. Sometimes a sharp crack echoes across the emptiness, a crevasse opening, its jagged mouth slicing through the surface like a frozen wound. These crevasses can stretch for miles, hidden beneath a soft layer of snow, their depths plunging into darkness. The air above vibrates with the subtle hum of shifting ice, a reminder that nothing here is truly still. Gap 2S. Along the continent's icy edges, the drama intensifies. Towering walls of glacial ice, some as tall as skyscrapers, lean precariously over the sea. With little warning, a thunderous roar shatters the quiet. A glacier calves, sending immense blocks of ice crashing into the frigid waters below. The impact sends shockwaves rippling through the ocean, launching a flurry of snow and ice particles into the air. For a moment the world is filled with the raw, elemental power of nature in motion. Gap 2S. Yet not all the sounds are violent. In the stillness, a symphony of subtle noises unfolds. The gentle tinkling of ice crystals carried by the wind. The low, resonant moan of ice sheets flexing with the tides. The distant rumble of a hidden river flowing beneath the surface, carving intricate tunnels through the glacier's heart. Each sound is a note in the grand composition of Antarctica, a language written in frost and echo. Gap 2S. As the sun dips below the horizon, temperatures plummet and the ice contracts, releasing a chorus of pops and snaps that resonate across the landscape. These are the continent's whispers, the stories of its continuous transformation, told in a dialect only the patient can hear. Gap 2S. In this world without humans, the ice sings and dances on its own terms. Its movements shape mountains, carve valleys, and sculpt the ever-changing face of Antarctica. Every cracking crevasse and carving glacier is a testament to the dynamic power locked within the frozen continent. A symphony that has played for millions of years, and will continue long after we are gone. Gap 3S. The sounds and movements of Antarctica's ice are more than mere noise. They are the heartbeat of a living, breathing wilderness. In this symphony of shifting ice, the frozen continent reveals its true nature, a masterpiece of motion and sound echoing through the ages. Gap 2S. As the Antarctic summer fades, the continent is slowly enveloped in an extraordinary phenomenon, the polar night. For months on end, the sun dips beneath the horizon and does not return, leaving the ice-bound wilderness cloaked in darkness. This is a night unlike any other on Earth, stretching for weeks, then months, where daylight is only a memory and the world is painted in shades of deep blue and silver. Gap 2S. In this endless twilight, the landscape transforms. The snow and ice, once blindingly white, take on a subtle luminescence. Under the faint glow of the moon, glaciers gleam like ancient gemstones, and the frozen sea shimmers with a ghostly light. The silence deepens, broken only by the distant rumble of ice or the gentle sigh of wind across the plains. Gap 2S. But even in this profound darkness, life endures. Emperor penguins huddle together in tight circles, sharing precious warmth as the temperature plunges lower than anywhere else on the planet. Their shadows merge into a single, living mass, an enduring symbol of resilience. Weddell seals, adapted to the blackness beneath the ice, navigate by memory and touch, surfacing at familiar breathing holes carved through the frozen sea. Gap 2S. Above, the night sky comes alive with a spectacle reserved only for those who endure the cold. The Milky Way stretches from horizon to horizon, each star sharp and bright against the purest black. Sometimes ribbons of Aurora Australis unfurl across the heavens, curtains of green and violet that ripple and dance in complete silence. The cosmos here feels close, as if the universe itself is watching over the frozen Earth. Gap 2S. In the heart of the Antarctic night, time seems to slow. The darkness is not empty, but full of quiet wonders and subtle beauty. Each creature, each snowflake, each distant star is part of a delicate interwoven tapestry, thriving in a world where night reigns supreme. Here, in the longest night on Earth, Antarctica reveals a side few ever see, mysterious, resilient, and breathtakingly serene. Gap 2S. High above the barren Antarctic plateau, the story of every snowflake begins in the silent embrace of the clouds. Here, in the frigid upper atmosphere, water vapour crystallizes around tiny particles, forming intricate, six-sided masterpieces. Each snowflake is unique, a fleeting sculpture born from the coldest winds on Earth. Gap 2S. Carried by powerful gusts, the newborn snowflakes drift downward, swirling through endless skies. Their descent is a slow, graceful dance, a journey measured in moments yet shaped by millennia of Antarctic weather. Some fall gently, landing atop ancient ice fields where no human has ever walked. Others are swept sideways, driven for miles by relentless Katabatic winds, joining blizzards that remake the landscape in an instant. Gap 2S. Upon reaching the surface, the snowflakes settle with a whisper, merging with billions of others to form fresh blankets of powder. Over time, the weight of new snowfall presses the lower layers into dense crystalline firn, a transformation that marks the beginning of a snowflake's next adventure. Gap 2S. Buried and compressed, the snowflakes become part of Antarctica's vast ice sheet. Their journey does not end here. Slowly they drift with the moving glaciers, inching ever closer to the edge of the continent. Some will eventually break free as part of towering icebergs, floating out to sea. Others remain, locked in the ancient heart of the ice, holding secrets from ages past. Gap 2S. In this endless cycle, every snowflake is both a traveller and a storyteller, carrying within it the history of Antarctica and shaping its future with every gentle fall. Gap 2S. At the very edge of Antarctica, where the ancient ice meets the restless southern ocean, a dramatic frontier unfolds, one of constant transformation and breathtaking power. Here, the ice shelves stretch out over the water like vast frozen bridges, their sheer faces towering above the dark, swirling sea. Gap 2S. This is the living edge of the continent, a place in perpetual motion. Beneath the surface, ocean currents gnaw at the underside of the ice, sculpting hidden caverns and weakening mighty walls. Above, the relentless push of glaciers from the interior exerts an unstoppable force, driving the ice toward its inevitable fate. Gap 2S. Then, without warning, the silence shatters. Massive cracks spiderweb across the ice, echoing for miles. With a thunderous roar, colossal slabs break free, an event known as calving. These newborn icebergs, some the size of cities, tumble into the ocean in a spectacle of raw natural energy. Waves radiate outward, sending ripples through the icy wilderness and stirring clouds of sea spray into the frigid air. Gap 2S. In these moments, the balance between land and sea is rewritten. The ice shelf's jagged new edge gleams in the pale Antarctic light, a testament to the continent's ever-changing face. Seabirds wheel above, their cries carried on the wind as the freshly carved icebergs begin their own journeys, drifting out to sea, melting slowly, feeding the currents that circle the globe. Gap 2S. At this meeting point of ice and ocean, Antarctica reveals its dynamic soul. Every carving event, every shifting shelf, is a reminder that even in the world's most remote places, change is a constant companion, shaping the land, the sea, and the story of our frozen planet.